Hit record and we'll get us going here. I welcome everyone. Yes, Holly. Yes, I'm starting to feel better, so that's good. How is everyone doing? Good, good. Monday night, so pumped to be here. And yeah, so we tonight just really wanted to spend the night talking through a few things as we are getting ready for New Year's kickoff this year or this week. I know pretty much everyone is going to be there, so I can't wait. I can't wait to see y'all in just a few days. So that's part of it too, is feeling better and getting better in time for that. So a few things, and yeah, here, let me just make sure everyone's muted. If you're not muted, if you could mute yourself, I'll try to go through and do that. But yes, okay. Okay, so a few things I want to talk through as you're thinking about the year. So first things first, and I kind of broke this down into categories. So the first thing I want to talk about is your existing team. So as it relates to your existing team, be, prepping for New Year's kickoff, be thinking about, the team that you're going to have there, connecting and making sure that everyone's going to be, coming to our team party on Friday night, showing up together at the event, all those things, really prepping together for the year. I would say this also includes doing vision boards together. A lot of people haven't done vision boards yet for the year, so you can get together and do like a vision board party. Another thing that I do often at the beginning of the year is new customer interviews with everyone that is wanting to do something with this. And, those of you who have been around a little bit, you've done multiple ones with me. And I really just like it as an anchor for the year to say, okay, where are you at now? Things change, people's whys change. The timing is everything for people. And so to be able to revisit their commitment level, revisit their income goals, all of those things, it's super, super important. There we go. Okay, can you guys hear me? Sorry, I'm not showing up on, okay. I'm not showing up on speaker view, so I'm just making sure. Everyone is muted. Okay. So, I really think of it as a way to say, okay, what are we going to do for the coming year so that everyone is rowing the boat together and everyone is tackling it together. And I really like to get commitment levels 1 out of 10, to say, where are you at? Like, where are you at for the coming year? And we're going to talk about commitment in a little bit. But I think your existing team, that's one bucket. That's one category to focus on for sure. The next one is your current customers. And if you haven't done so already, thank them for 2019. Thank them for everything they have poured into your business. I know some of you have done some amazing little cards that you sent out. Others, even just like a little voice text or voice note to say, you know what, thank you for your orders this year. It helped my family do this. Whatever it is that it helped your family do, just little notes out are so valuable. And I think sometimes the customers feel that, we do that at events with everyone that's involved with events and business and product sharers and above. But those customers, man, they are the lifeblood of our business and they help us build stable businesses. And I'll talk a little bit more about stability in a little bit, but Tyler talked a lot about it on his coffee chat today. That was so good, you guys. I'll just say that he had a quote. I'll get into it in a little bit, but talking about stability. Okay, so, and then, also check in with your current customers on what they want for this year. Did anything change with them from wanting to earn some money? I feel like the new year, it's always a time to just systematically go through and say, hey, has anything changed for you? Do you want to learn how to get your products paid for this year? There's some great local stuff. There's some new incentives with the compensation plan. There are ways to do it right now, where you can help people get started without the $29 enrollment fee. That's coming for us. So ease of customers. So, I would say, are you open to sharing with 2 people? Would you want to come with me to a Super Saturday to just check it out? Would you want to help out with some of our team product challenges in our product group? All of those things. So really be thanking your current customers. Number 3 is your past customers and also your hot list. So I guess it is 2 categories, but the reason I'm bringing up your past, so they're no longer ordering, as well as your current like hot prospect list, is to talk about what's new right now. It's a great moment to go and to say, hey, oh my gosh, I know you were a customer of mine in the past. I wanted to let you know we have some new products coming that's going to make it even easier to cleanse. We're going to have 2 flavors of BIA out. We're going to have garlic herb harvest thins that I think are going to be amazing. We're going to have peanut butter balls that you can have on cleanse days. You know, we're going to have all these amazing things that you can have. Would you want to jump back in? You know, or for your new prospects, you know, they're not going to have to pay the enrollment fee coming up here if they just simply want to be a customer. So to say, you know what, now's the time, let's just get you started. Let's get these products in your body. It's going to be a really great time for you to get going, you know? So I think, you know, it's kind of 2 categories, but your past customers and also your hot list. Be talking about the very cool things that are happening. And you know, I was talking to someone about organizing their lists and having like your 20 hot list, like who are the 20 that you kind of have going in the pipeline right now at all times? Who do you have that's your business partner list? Who do you have that's your current customers open to sharing list? And who do you have that are just like your really happy stability customers? You know, you can kind of group them together, but I have to write this stuff down or I forget it. And then when it's time, when Super Saturday comes, you can go to that list and say, okay, here's what I'm doing. Here's who I'm inviting. When UIA comes to Minneapolis, you can say, oh, here's who I'm inviting. When the next monthly event in Rapid City comes, you know, Rapid City people can be like, oh, this is who I'm inviting to this. It's very clear to me because I have it written down. Okay, the next one is your future teammate. Your future teammate, revisit your avatar. What are the traits in the person that you are looking to partner with? What are those traits? Are they committed? Are they willing to do what it takes? Are they savvy? Do they have a lot of friends that they hang out with? Do they love sports? Do they love fitness? Whatever it is that is you, you know, do they already have a strong money mindset? Whatever it is, write down those traits and put those front and center so that you're constantly speaking to them in your posts, and you're constantly speaking to them when you're out in public, and you're constantly putting yourself in situations where you're around them. Okay, so making sure that you're also not circling the same names around and around. You know, I've been in situations where Jake will be like, okay, Allison, you've been bringing up those same names for the last couple of months. Let's stop with those names for now. Let's table them. Let's just set them to the side. They can go on this other list. They're not gone forever, but let's come up with some new names, Allison. I want to hear you say some new names. That's a good thing. And he'll do that for me. He'll do it for you too if you want him to. You know, but if you're just waiting for the same 5 people to say yes to you, this business is going to be very frustrating. You have to go and find new names. You just do. Or get brave with existing people in your life that you haven't brought it up to yet. We all have them. We all have people. Every single one of us has people that we have not yet brought up Isagenix to, that we could call instead of just send a message, that we could reach out to and say, hey, I'm doing this thing. I would love for you to join me. Just come check it out. Would you want to just try? Like, let's just try.
Yeah, and brought it up directly. Not just say, oh, I'm having my Isagenix shake today, and hoping that they ask you about it and hoping that they want more information. That's not a direct ask. That's not asking that person. That's, yeah, they might have heard you say the word before. But if you don't give them that direct, straightforward ask with confidence and with posture, that this is something you thought of them because, and this is what this is doing for you, and you would love for them to take a look and see if it can do that for them as well, then that's not a thing. If it's not, oh, I went over to their house and I was drinking a shake, but they didn't say anything, so they're probably not interested. Like that's a story that you just need to just get the eraser out and fix that. Just fix that right away. And this is a new year to start that new story.
New year to get new stories, you guys, new stories that we're telling ourselves about the people in our life, about what people think of us with Isagenix, about our limiting beliefs, about where our capacity, our capabilities here, our skills and our strengths, how far we can take this thing. You guys, new stories. So much of what limits us is in our own heads. I know that because I've done it. I know that because it's a constant thing. So really, be thinking through how you can stretch yourself to simply just ask new people and ask more people. Your daily habits and systems, that's the next one. So revisit it. What's working for you? Maybe you have a system that's already working for you, your organizational skills around your list. I know Heidi recently switched off of this spreadsheet that she was doing to an online thing that she could tell you about it if you wanted, but people are doing all sorts of different things as far as what feels right. And she got to a place where her spreadsheet was starting to feel heavy to her. It was dragging her down. It was clunky. It was giving her feelings that she didn't want to have in her business anymore. And so she switched it up, and I'm super proud of her for doing it. So whatever your organization is, maybe it's, maybe you have a goal to contact 5 people a day, and you have since the beginning of time, but you've never done it. And so now this year you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to be real with myself, and I'm going to say 2, and I'm really going to do 2. Like maybe that's what it is, maybe it's
and
instead
that's okay.
of, yeah, like that's totally cool. Like whatever it is that's going to make you do the thing, because when we come out on New Year's kickoff, it's going to be time for the 90-day action plan. And it's going to just be an awesome time to just be in action. And so have clarity around what you want your calendar to look like. Some people it's late at night. Some people it's early in the morning. Some people it's their lunch hour. Some people it's a lot of Zoom. Some people it's a lot of in-person meetings. Some people it's a lot of sip and samples. That works really well. Different things work for different people. So think about what is going to work the most for you. And then your calendar is the other one. So laying out your year based on events and dates, layering in the most important things, and then fill in the rest. I think like if you take the big things like celebration, things like, the event in Minneapolis only for proximity. If you'd rather choose the one in Phoenix, I'm just speaking for myself, but the UIA in Phoenix and, the ISA academies later on in the year, layer those things into your calendar first, because that's like the rocks. And then you can fit the sand around, like we fit all of our social stuff around, or we fit our, parties and things like that all around those dates. And then, the alternative, if you first fit in the littler things, the sand, what's the story? Like you put the sand in first and the rocks don't fit on top. So try to layer in, and maybe you have like big team events or specific sip and samples that you want to be holding every single week or every single month at your house. And so you want to layer that onto your calendar first and get your family's buy-in on what it is that you're doing, on saying, okay, this is what's going to be standard operating procedure for our family. Like this is what we're going to do. Oh yeah, I see there's notes. Yes, Teamzy. Okay, Heidi, you're using Teamzy. Yes, I think that's true. Yes. I know you're also using Project Broadcast. So yes, Michelle Ebert talked about that. Yes, totally. Okay, so those are kind of the areas that I want you guys to think about focusing on. And then what to expect coming out of New Year's kickoff. So we're going to come home with a printed out success plan. We're going to come home with action steps based on your own goals and your time commitment. And they're really, they're literally sending you home with, what if you have 1 hour a day? What is that going to look like? What if you have, more, I don't know what the other, like more full-time, like maybe, 5 hours a day or maybe 3 hours, they're going to send home information for us on what we should be spending our time on and how we should be working our business. And then I would also recommend a chat with your mentor and touch base on your goals for the next 90 days. Whether that is, there's a lot of mentor-mentee relationships within this team, but touch base with whoever it is to really have them help hold you accountable and really lay out your goals.
Or if you haven't found one yet or don't have that relationship, reach out. Reach out to us, and if you don't want it to be us, we can help match you with someone who will help hold you accountable and challenge you and encourage you for whatever your goals are. Because that's the mentor's job, is to get you where you want to go. And just be honest with yourself on where you do want to go, because that's going to make the whole thing much more enjoyable. Don't say I want to be a millionaire if that's not really what you wanting to do and what you're really wanting to put the time in, because you're going to set yourself up for disappointment and you're going to feel like that. So really take some time and be honest with yourself, because that will make the whole process more enjoyable and more worth it. And realize that you can always change your goals. If you hit that goal and you decide you want another one, set another one, and we'll get to that one. Like the goals aren't the final destinations. That's just That's just really like a compass for you to point towards, so we know what your actions are going to be and what your benchmarks along the way will look like.
Yeah, totally. And so I listened to, who here has listened to Michael Klaus's podcast at all? I'm loving it. I will tell you, it's kind of new. It's called Lessons in Leadership. And it is very specific to network marketing. And he talks about, he says, if you're in our company a lot. So it's very specific to Isagenix. And it literally is just, it's been a really good way to kind of just hear what he would say, you know, to launch a business in network marketing. And, you know, so episode number 2, it's kind of funny because it's titled number 3, like it's the 3rd podcast, but it's episode 002, How Leaders View Time and Commitment. I just listened to it recently, and he talks a lot about that this business, the length of time that you're in the business is not actually the length of time, days, months, years. It's the number of conversations that you've had. And so, you know, someone can sit here and say, oh gosh, I've been in this business for 3 years and it's not working for me. And this other person has been in the business for 3 years and they've completely maxed out their business, right? But really, it's not about time. It's about the number of conversations that you've had. And he talks about, you know, an example of contacting 2 people a day, 4 days a week, is someone who can do it very part-time. If you're a very part-time person and you say, I can do this, you know, 2 a day, 4 days a week, and it only counts if the word Isagenix comes up. Remember, that's Gretchen's rule. The word Isagenix has to come up. But if you do that, you will make 96 contacts over 3 months. So about 100, right? So you could make a list of 100 right now and say, I'm going to do 2 a day, 4 days a week. If you have huge goals over the course of the next few months, you want to, you know, run to executive, you want to really launch your business big time, I would probably go a little bit higher than that, just because the numbers, the formula, the number of people that are going to say yes, you know, it takes a lot of conversations. So he said, you know, literally just take it as though there's a new movie out on Friday night. And he said, you know, there's a movie out on Friday night, you know, do we have to go see the movie first before we invite our friends to go? You know, no, we say there's a new movie in town. I heard about it. I'm excited to go see it. I hope it's good. It might not be, but I hope it is. Come with us. Let's do this. Do you want to come do it with me? You know? And he said, you're going to get people who they're not interested in the movie. They already have plans. They already saw the movie. They don't want to pull together the money or get a sitter for the movie. You're going to have, you know, he said, of the 96 people, maybe only 24 are going to be open to the movie. He's like, the same ratio here with Isagenix. The same ratio, you know? That's just life, and that's just people, you know. Same thing with a restaurant. A new restaurant opens up in town, sushi restaurant. Some people aren't going to like the sushi. Some people are already going to be busy. You know, some people they already, whatever, they're doing the Whole30 and they can't have, you know, whatever it is. I know that, yes, whatever. You get my point. And so he's like, just keep it simple. You know, we found something, we're excited about it, and we're doing it. And if you've been doing it for a while, you can still say, you know what? We found something. We've been doing it for a while. We're doing a 30-day right now, and we want to see if you want to do it with us. Do you want to try it with us? Or would you rather, he says even, you know, you could say, do you want to try it with us? Or would you rather just like watch and wait and see how it goes for us? Like, give them that option. It's okay. You know, you can let them off the hook instead of being like, must get the person, you know, would you want to come try it with us? He's like, if you do that literally 96 times, 24 will be open to checking it out. And then a fraction of those will actually say yes to you, you know? And so you're gonna be able to get that handful of people going, and then you're gonna be able to get them on three-way call. You're gonna be able to talk to them about the compensation plan. You're gonna help those that love it get their products paid for, and you're gonna have forward momentum, and things are gonna happen for you in your business by having those conversations and literally just, you know, saying, do you want to come do this with us? And if people are like, well, what is it? What's in it? What do you know, he's like, I honestly don't even go that deep into that. He's like, well, I don't know much about it. We can talk to someone who does. Do you want to get on the phone with my friend so-and-so? And they can tell us a little more. They've been doing it longer, you know, but he's like, you don't have to be like, oh yeah, it has this and this, you know. He's like, if you go to the movie, do you know the plot in advance? Like, are you like, oh yeah, it's exactly 1 hour and 23 minutes. And, these characters are in it and it's going to be a little bit suspenseful, but a little, kind of romantic. No, like, you're just like, do you want to go do this with us? Check it out. Like, literally, I was like, okay, like, so he's definitely teaching to keep it simple and to not overcomplicate. And I appreciated that a lot. And so I wanted to share that. And then he also, and in there you can say, we're doing this because, like, that's the conviction statement. We're doing this because we're really excited about our health and we know we're excited that it's going to get our health back. Or we're doing this because, we want extra income on the side. We know it's smart to build multiple streams of wealth. And this is literally one of them because we have seen what it's done for so many people. Do you want to come check that part out? Like, come check it out, So there's that. And then, he said, if someone tells you no, they can't go to the movie, are you getting caught up in the no? Or are you like, okay, they just don't want to go to the movie? We're not creating a story about it. We're not worried about it. We're not concerned that they don't want to go to the movie with us, or that they already have plans that night, or that, they are just not, they're not feeling it, or maybe they don't have the money. We're not like super upset about that. So how can we do the exact same thing with asking people to try Isagenix with us? And he said, it's very common. Some people that you talk to will start on the value pack. Some will start on the 30 days. Some will piece together their own set of 100 BV. That's okay. I mean, he was saying, like, it's okay wherever they want to start, right? And so really the main thing then that he talked about was commitment, and how we view commitment in this business, and how really, I mean, I know, today I get it. It's, a holiday. So kudos to you guys for being on. I know people have had kids at home, people, different work schedules, all that. We have New Year's kickoff coming this week. So people are stepping away from their families for a little bit of time. That's awesome. That's commitment. You're going to come home on fire and you're going to feel ready to go. I know, because I see it every single time. And, Tyler today talked about Simon Sinek, saying that when we incentivize growth in organizations, only growth, then we create growing but unstable organizations, as opposed to incentivizing stability in organizations. And so it was really talking about like this house of cards concept, that if all we do is push, push, push and go, 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 and grow. And he said a lot of times, right, incentives are about enrollments, they're about rank advancements, they're about all those things. The stability is going to come from the 2 contacts a day, or the 4 contacts or 5 contacts a day. The stability is going to come from keeping it simple and bringing people with you to New Year's kickoff, or to UIA Minneapolis, or to the next event at your house or your neighbor's house or your friend on this call's house. That is the stability. We have created really a stable organization. I mean, when he was talking about it, I was very happy with what we have created. We have close to the same number of people going this year to New Year's kickoff that we had last year. That is a good thing. That's not true across the board. And so, I don't share that to like toot our horn. I share that because we are very focused on stability. We're focused on building this for the long run. We want to will this to our children. We want to have a legacy. We want income that lasts forever. That's not flashy. That's not, here one day, gone the next. Everything that we train and teach is around that stability concept. And so the question that I would have for you is, are you going to be here a year from now actively building, and a year from now showing up in your business no matter what happens over the next year? Make a commitment to yourself right now that you're committed to your business over the next year. Because we have roughly the same number going. That means some people don't continue to go. My first New Year's kickoff, I brought 2 friends, Naomi Williams and Sarah Conlon. They both ran to executive with me. Some of you know them, a lot of you don't. They don't show up on these calls anymore, and that's okay. That was their season. It doesn't mean the door is closed forever. It's just not their season right now. They're always welcome back. Always, always. That happens. But I want you to think about doing the do, having the conversations, ripping off the Band-Aid and just asking people if they want to come do this with you. And then be committed. And he said his definition and Lynn's definition, the number 1 income earners in the company, of commitment means doing the thing you said you were going to do. If you're out there putting on your social media that you're building freedom, go build freedom. If you're putting out there that you're totally committed to this business and changing it this year, go do that. Like, do the things that you said you were going to do. And the right people are out there. Like, they're showing up all the time. We have them showing up, and I absolutely love it. And I'm so proud of this team for what we have accomplished over this last year. It's been awesome. It's been a lot. And this year is just going to be on fire. I mean, who can already feel that, right? Between New Year's kickoff and then UIA just 6 weeks later. So when you make a decision that you will still be here actively building 1 year from today, you'll show up differently in your business, and energetically your business will treat you differently, and people will treat you differently in a good way. They'll treat you as though you're taking it seriously, because you are, and your conversations will go differently, and they'll go professionally because you've committed to be here 1 year from now. So that's my challenge to you today. And I am completely out of my voice, so I'm done talking.
Yeah, you're holding on by a thread.
But do you have anything to add, or does anyone have any questions?
No, I would just say, and the commitment comes with the action. You know, it's one thing to say it, and you have to say it and declare it to yourself and declare it to others. But the real test of the commitment is in your actions and holding to that, you know, the 90-day action plan, whatever it's going to be. And, the 90-day action plan kind of, runs roughly 3 months, and it's no big secret that it's pretty easy to divide that up into quarters and have your action plan for the year, and you can readjust it. Like, literally on that action plan, you can maybe tweak a couple of steps after these first 90 days, and you decide that you want to change some things and change the dates on it. Like, when it runs out, just next day on the calendar, get the whiteout out or get your eraser or scribble it out, write a new date on it, and keep going. And that's going to keep you, if you want to be here 1 year from now, like, don't think of this as, okay, well, this is my action plan for the next 90 days. And then I'm just going to kind of ride the coattails of these 90 days for the next 200. And then we're going to coast back into New Year's kickoff. Like, this is something that you can reuse and really go back and set yourself up. And it doesn't have to, and you can change it. Like, like we were talking about, like, commit to something for 90 days and stick with that, and then be ready to readjust and have that accountability partner, have that mentor who can adjust that with you as it's coming up towards the end of that, like what things worked, what things didn't. How do we want to add some time and some context? Do we need to take some more away because it was a little too much? Like, just be ready to do that and get in that frame of mind that you're going to be doing that 4 times this year, and you're going to roll from one into the other, into the other, into the other, and then reassess, and then assess along the way and reassess at the end. And that's it. I know we're at 9:30, so.
Good stuff. Yes. Okay. I'm just reading the comments. There's nothing major. Commitment is an act, Barbie. Yes, commitment is an act, not a word. It is an act.
Preach.
Do it. Do it. Do it, you guys. What you're telling the world you're doing, go do it. Like, it's in you. The power is within you. And we're going to New Year's kickoff, and we're coming home 10 feet tall and bulletproof, ready to go. Okay? We're done. That's all I got.
Yeah. We're going to ice down Allison's throat. Everybody will see. Hopefully,
yes,
we'll see you all.
Yes.
Most of you
Thank
in
you guys.
4 days.
Bye, guys.